Hello, everyone, and welcome to this incredible presentation of LifeVantage, a company that is pioneering a new technology in biohacking, a biotechnology that I actually learned about 8 years ago. My name is Marisa Maggio-Harelson, and I live in Phoenix, but right now I'm up at our cabin in Prescott, Arizona. I have my dear friend and business partner, Dr. Sveta Silverman, also here to present with you tonight, to share with you. Sveta is an incredible human being on this planet. She is a surgical pathologist, a former pediatric surgeon from Russia, and most recently, just this week, got her certification in natural medicine, in naturopathic medicine. So I am just blown away at this achiever and her passion to share wellness care. So she's going to be sharing a little bit about her story momentarily, but right now we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll tell you, I was introduced to LifeVantage about 8 years ago. So thank the person that invited you. We have a gift here to share with you. And when I overheard another yoga teacher, I am a yoga teacher as well, talking about some incredible health benefits, and I've always been into health and wellness, former TV news reporter. I had my own health beat. I always have been into health and wellness. So when I overheard what this teacher was talking about, I was blown away. I said, "What are you talking about?" And she pointed to one of my yoga students, and the rest is history. I got that information. I watched an ABC investigative report that you're going to watch a clip from. And it just really, I was so excited then, and I'm even more excited now. We have an absolute gift here. Our health is everything, and without it, nothing else matters. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen today and tell you a little bit about our company, LifeVantage. We are publicly traded on the NASDAQ, bringing a breakthrough technology to market. And of course, we have to have our disclaimer up here. For those that are open to the opportunity, you know, everybody's results are different. Getting back to the basics here, LifeVantage began in a lab with a single question. Is declining health something that we have to simply accept as getting older? I don't know about you, but I want to age beautifully. And I think I'm on the right track right now, especially with these products that I've been a part of for 8 years. So what we discovered, discovery number one, is that our genes contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. Decades later, LifeVantage discovered a way to activate. We're not talking about supplementation. We're talking about activating these genes, the genes' abilities to do more. So we started at this biotech company out of the University of Colorado in Denver. The products have been sold since 2003, but in 2005, ABC's investigative reporter John Quinones did a report on this biotech company and a product that was claiming to reduce what's called oxidative stress. Oxidative stress, we all have it if we breathe, is really the rusting of the inside out, like you cut the apple in half and it turns brown. And it's caused by everything we do in life. So we're going to take you back in time now, because that's really where our company got started. It's the history of how this once small biotech got started. So really pay close attention to this. I was blown away. I watched the longer version, but we're going to give you the short clip because so much has happened with this company since then.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With That swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So, just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Xylibum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
Well, guess what? That's what everybody did. And it was crazy. Did you see that John Quinones's oxidative stress level was reduced by 45% in less than 2 weeks? There is a study on the National Institutes of Health Medical Library website that says Protandim actually decreases oxidative stress 40% on average in all mammals, 100% of the time. We'll talk a little bit more about all of that. So the products had been sold since 2003. The ABC News report aired. There were $5 million of orders. The company's stock went crazy. But guess what? They didn't have a way to get it out to the masses. They were a small biotech company. They didn't have a manufacturing facility, so they scrambled to get it online. It was retail for 3 years, but virtually it needs explanation and education. And so they really were struggling. The stock went down, almost delisted. But today, we are actually over a $200 million a year company and on track to be $1 billion a year company because there's a lot that's happened. Researchers, this is what was so amazing about after that ABC report aired, is that researchers from all over the world saw that news clip and they contacted Dr. McCord wanting to do studies about oxidative stress and issues that they were interested in. So that's what is beautiful. So now I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Sveta Silverman, who I mentioned earlier is a surgical pathologist, breast cancer specialist, one of the top in Canada, and really is just an amazing human being on this planet. Her passion is love. Her passion is health and just educating people to, optimize and take control of their own biology, because this is what we have. So while we're here on this earth, let's just make it count. So I can't think of anybody in this world to better educate you tonight than Dr. Sveta Silverman. Sveta, thank you for saying yes at yoga 7 years ago when we met.
Thank you, Marisa. So, as Marisa said, my journey to LifeVantage started in 2013. However, my journey to health, can you hear me well? Just give me thumbs up. Okay, awesome. So my journey to health started in 2004 when I lost my mother to a severe cancer. And in 2010, I lost my father to multiple strokes. So my question when I started learning health and nutrition since 2004, 2005. So when Marisa approached me after yoga class in 2013, I was right. However, even with my knowledge of oxidative stress, I didn't really know what oxidative stress was. And the interesting thing is now, if you go to our next slide, please. So guys, let me tell you right now, every one of you is stressed. Every one of you through this time, from February, March, April, and now May, every one of us is stressed because we are all affected in many, many ways. And don't kid yourself, the emotional stress and emotional disbalance is a stress, probably the most severe stress. Now, the thing is, where does stress go? The stress goes into me, it goes into you. Who are we? We are a mansion of cells. So meaning that that stress, when it hits you, it causes cellular stress. And cellular stress is called oxidative stress. Again, don't kid you, meaning that oxidative stress or cellular damage doesn't spare any cells. That's why this picture of oxidative stress affecting every organ. It doesn't spare anything. So we need to take care of it. Next slide, please. So when Marisa approached me in 2013, I knew that I need those 5 in my body. That's all I knew at that time. I wanted those 5 because I knew about those 5 with my history of studying nutrition. I didn't know all of them, but I knew everything other than Bacopa. And I also knew that, okay, it was presented that it reduces oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. I didn't know how it works. I didn't, and that's where my quest as a physician started. Now, the only thing, you know, I always forget to mention those 2. This is what I love. I don't know about you guys, but everything I buy, I look at the list of ingredients. I need everything I put in my body clean and actually simple. So NSF, it's a National Sanitation Foundation. It tests for toxins, over 500 toxins. BSCG is Banned Substance Control Group approved. That is a group of highly elite organizations like International Olympic Committee, like USADA, United States Anti-Doping Association, Canadian Olympic Committee, and on and on. So next slide, please. I told you guys that I didn't know how it works. I knew that this is what I teach. Never think that Protandim, which is not a supplement, it's a cellular upregulator. It boosts your cells. But never kid yourself again. I'm using this phrase again and again and again. You got to eat right. Despite that it said that you cannot eat 11 pounds of blueberries, you don't have to eat 11 pounds of blueberries, but you absolutely must eat your antioxidants. And then you need to upregulate your cells. And I will tell you later why. Now, next slide, please. So, and that's what I have discovered. It will be the next slide, but what drove me, and Marisa can witness to this, because I signed on the products the next day because I wanted the products. And then I started studying and I started bombarding Marisa with emails and text messages. Have you seen this? Have you read this? Have you seen this? I was entirely obsessed discovering NRF2 activation and discovering what is actually oxidative stress and how it is related to our health. Now, what separates LifeVantage from other companies? This is a little outdated. There are 26 peer-reviewed studies. Now, the difference between, per se, somebody else and us, the peer-reviewed studies, which are independent analysis before publication, that is called peer-reviewed, because those peers do not know who I am writing a paper, or who are people that are submitting these papers. Now, what's interesting is the studies are done on a branded supplement, not on the ingredients. People say, oh, we have 700 studies on turmeric. Well, good for you. This is not about turmeric. This is these are the studies about how that composition works. And the interesting thing is why there are so many physicians in LifeVantage, because we read conventional journals. American Heart Association sponsored or funded the study on Protandim that was published in Circulation Journal. This is one of the most reputable, however, one of the most boring journals. Now, there are 3 studies that were published from Louisiana State Universities. There are studies that the study was done at Harvard, and on and on and on and on. Next slide, please. That's what I discovered, guys. the passion started discovering NRF2. I am looking into health. So when I saw something that was basically published as can be most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of in the history of health, that's what gets me going, because I'm a perpetual child. I always have a question, why? And then I always have a question, how? It also has to be simple and make sense. So cellular health makes sense with NRF2 activation. So I went a little bit further. I have been to 3 world conferences out of 5, 3 NRF2 conferences in Cambridge, in Spain, in Madrid, and the last one was in Japan. On 2 of them I presented. So this is the validation that NRF2 is so critically important. NRF2 is the master upregulator. And that's what is going to go through different things in LifeVantage. This is another master regulator. So fine. So what does NRF2 do? It's a switch to cellular vacuum cleaners. It's basically a switch. So you decide which vacuum cleaner you want to have. Do you want to have a dust buster, or you want to have a Dyson? And this is the first theory of aging, because our vacuum cleaners turn into non-functional vacuum cleaners. So NRF2 is going to be boosted by NRF2 per tandem. Now, okay, fine, you clean the cells. That's the foundation of health. Then what do? Think of your car. You have a beautiful Ferrari, absolutely clean, spotless. You just vacuumed it and stuff. It doesn't have the engine. Your Ferrari is a beautiful, very expensive toy, and your stress level is huge because your bank is knocking on the door. So what is the cellular engine? It's a mitochondria. The second theory of aging is our engines decline with aging, not only in functionality, but in numbers. So the car has 1 engine. Thanks God the airplane has 4. Makes me calm when I'm flying. But we don't have 1 engine in the cell. Our brain has 3,000 to 4,000 engines. You do not want to have 1,000 engines in your brain cell, because what it does, what it means to you, it means that you have a brain fog. It means that at 2 o'clock you're non-functional. So how do we boost mitochondria? A, you clean the cells, your NRF2 activation. B, you do it 2 ways in mitochondria. A, you boost the numbers. So this is a regulation, this product also, which is simple and combination of 5 botanicals. I am sure you have heard about coenzyme Q10. I'm sure this day and age you've heard about quercetin. Now, the interesting thing, what I didn't tell you, how LifeVantage creates the products, it's a synergy. It's the recipe, it's like a cake recipe. That is why I don't bake, because I cannot follow the recipe, I will screw up. So that recipe, that synergy of ingredients causes that upregulation of mitochondrial genes, as well as the upregulation of mitochondrial function, the energy. Next slide, please. Okay, fine. You turn on your mitochondrial numbers. Let's talk about the function. Now, what is important, new term for you, which is called sirtuins. I call sirtuins the proteins or the genes of DNA Zen. Like Marisa knows what Zen is because she's a yoga teacher, extraordinaire. So we need to relax the genes, because that's a 3rd theory of aging. You need to relax the genes, because when the genes are running nonstop, they get confused. You do not want confused DNA. You want your DNA work and then relax. DNA needs to sleep. This is sirtuins. But sirtuins are not going to work, next slide, if you don't turn them on. This is the sirtuin turn on, which is called NAD. Now, NAD is the master cofactor. What does it do? Multitude of functions. It will work on sirtuin, but what it also does, why, the next slide, please. Why does it work awesome in synergy? Because NAD turn on mitochondrial function. Without NAD, there will not be energy. So that is why this trifecta, try Synergizer. So now listen, sorry. So I mention the word master all the time because, and everything is intertwined and works together. So you start with NRF2 pretandem. It's a master regulator of cellular cleanliness, cellular health. It's going to turn on, awesome. It's going to turn on the mitochondria. You taking NAD pretandem, it's going to turn on that cofactor, that igniter, that starter of mitochondrial reactions. Now listen to this. What I did mention to you, another master, it's called glutathione. It's a master antioxidant. So NRF2 turns master antioxidant. Well, the master antioxidant does not work without sirtuin and vice versa. And our NRF2, the master regulator of health, also doesn't work without a sirtuin. That's why that synergy is so critically important. And that's why you see those blue columns that are so high, because this is that magnificent trifecta, especially when you do things right. When you exercise and drink your water and eat your good food and do yoga on occasion. Next. Now, I ain't going to go through all the products. It's impossible. However, I told you that the philosophy of LifeVantage started with oxidative stress reduction, 2005, and then NRF2 activation further between 2009 and 2011. So, you need to take NRF2 pretandem to clean your cells from inside out. However, it's very, very hard to bring NRF2 activation to the skin. You need to bring skin or to the hair, because hair is our skin. So you need to bring it topically. That is why those two are so amazing. And for example, the True Science hair care regimen is causing me trouble, because before True Science hair care regimen, I had a haircut every 6 weeks. And with this thing, I have a haircut every 4 weeks. And guess what? Look at this. This is not pretty. This is going to be braiding soon because the hair is growing, but the hairdressers are not working. So you're supposed to laugh right now. It was a joke. However, let me tell you what I cannot not talk. I cannot not talk about probiotic. I cannot not talk about Axio. And definitely, you need to study fish oils. You need to study omegas. Omegas are cellular integrity. Integrity and mobility and fluidity. You have to have fish oils, because the fish oils already provide you what you need to get into the cells. And it is very, very important. Thank you, Mary. And it is very, very important, the quality of that fish oils. There's plenty of fish oils on the market. And Marisa can tell you, because what she does, she actually drinks this fish oil. She pokes the holes in the capsules and drink it, to tell you that this is actually not fishy at all. In fact, it's somewhat lemony. And then let's go into microgut. So important, microgut. And microgut and how to feed microgut. Again, tons of probiotics on the market, absolute tons. So what separates us? The quality and the ability of our probiotics to get where they belong, to the small gut and to the large gut, because there's a special system that allows it. Our probiotic, those little tablets or balls, are protected from the stomach acid. If you eat, it doesn't matter, the highest quality probiotics that do not have protection, the penetration rate is 4%. Ours is 60%, a whole lot more. And then another thing is the delivery. You want your probiotics to adhere where they belong. And the importance about our probiotic, what I discovered, is we have 4 species that belong in the small bowel. We never kind of pay attention to the importance of the small bowel microgut. Because why? Small gut, our small bowel, what does it do? Where does absorption and digestion of food happen? In the small gut. That's why it is so critically important to have the very healthy small gut, small bowel with a great microgut. And 4 species is going to be there. Now, I don't know about you. Axio is my goal. 2 liters a day I drink, 2 sticks a day. Why? A, it's my hydration. B, it keeps me focused. It keeps me concentrated. It actually keeps me calm, believe it or not. And I really, really like the flavor. What we don't say about Axio is that it's also an NRF2 activator, but it's also mitochondrial boost. So I'm not going to talk to you about the animal pretandem. If you have animals, please look into this. Marisa probably will show you her little dog right now. Well, we in Canada, we do not have pretandem because it's flavored. One of my cats was getting anxieties. So she is on 1/8 of human pretandem every day. Hello, this is Bug. So, no, this is Sunny. This is Sunny. So guys, this is basically my spiel. Again, this is so exciting. This is exciting for our health. Thank you, Marisa, for the opportunity to co-present with you. It's all yours. Before you get in, let me tell you a little bit about Marisa. So when we started working together and actually sharing our lives together, becoming very close friends, some say that we're sisters because, that's the way we are. We can fight like sisters and we can communicate like sisters. So, the growth, you need to understand, Marisa Maggio-Harelson is now one of the LifeVantage leaders. She's on stage, she's on television, she's one of the major company presenters. And she's also driving a Jeep that she got for free because she qualified from LifeVantage. It's very, very cool. And she's very nervous when I'm driving it. So Marisa, it's all yours. Take it over.
Thank you, Sveta. All of that, it's because I have such passion to share what we have our hands on, because without health, nothing else matters. I knew nothing of network marketing. So if you don't know that this is network marketing, that's what this is, because you can be a customer in LifeVantage. 90% of our company is customer based. So we love our customers. There's just a handful, very small percentage of us that see an opportunity, and that really this can change your life and your family's life for generations. So I saw something, and I'll share a little bit more about my story later, but I saw something, not only these incredible products, but a way to own my own business and be home with my children while they were younger. That was 8 years ago. So I wanted to be home. So this company, I love it because I'm able to do this business from anywhere. I'm at our cabin right now in Prescott, Arizona. And really, it's social sharing. I love people. And if you love people, you share this with people. I'm not attached to people's results. The company is extraordinary. I don't have to keep product. The company ships everything out. There's no real inventory requirements. And basically, I have a virtual online store that has now gone global. If you want to know a little bit more about the business, get back to the person that shared this with you. You get an incredible website. You can send shopping carts. I just did that with a friend today, a yoga teacher in Prescott, and just said, this is what I recommend for you. And she ordered everything that I recommended, which was really amazing. So why LifeVantage? Well, you guys, health, as I keep saying, is everything. Without it, nothing else matters in life. It doesn't matter how much money you have. And if you look at the trends, 60% increase in wellness in the last 8 years in wellness sales. And if people say, oh, I'm not a salesperson, good. We don't want people to be a person. We offer value. And when you like something, you do share that with people, right? So that's what we're doing here, is we're sharing. Wow, sorry, it's so windy. So here the thing is, Dr. Sveta talked about oxidative stress. I didn't even know what those words were when I learned about this 8 years ago, but I got it. I'd heard what free radical damage was, and it's just oxidative stress is that scientific word for free radical damage. And if you look at the trends, there's over 1,800 studies per month published about oxidative stress and issues. So right now there's over 220,000 studies on PubMed, the National Institutes of Health Medical Library, where there are 31 clinical peer-reviewed studies on Protandim. So if you see yourself being a customer, by all means, let's get you started today and start taking control. We say biohacking your health. Those are good words because you're taking control of your own biology. And if you see yourself wanting to share this with other people, you might want to come in on one of our packs. We have a platinum, a gold, and a silver. And it's a one-time purchase. You get all of the products in a platinum. You get most all of the products in a gold pack. And a silver pack, you get a few of the products, but you get our main products, the Tri-Synergizer. It's a 36%, 35% savings on the platinum, 33% savings on the gold pack. And so if you see yourself doing the business, if you can, come in on the platinum. That's what I did. That's what most people do that see the opportunity, because you want to have all of the flavors, right? You're not going to open up a Starbucks franchise and only have one type of latte. You want to have all of the products. You want to be able to experience it and taste it and be able to share and connect authentically with people. So how do you make money? We pay really well in LifeVantage, and we pay weekly and we pay monthly. And now we're paying same day. So that's really exciting. That's something that's brand new, that's rolled out in the month of May, the merry month of May. So the platinum pack's one-time purchase. And how do you get your return on investment? 3 people see it like you do. They come in on one of those packs. You're going to get a 40% commission that week on one of those packs. So you do that 2 more times. You've now gotten in the business for free and your products for free, and you're ready to rock and roll this business. We also pay monthly, and that's when you start building a network and you build a business. And it's, I didn't know Sveta. She was one of my students in yoga, and she has dual citizenship in the United States and Canada. So we didn't even have distributorship in Canada when she joined. She joined on one of the packs, basically to be a customer and to get her husband and some other people on these products. And then we opened up in Canada, and here she had already customers in Canada. We had customers in Canada at the time. So when we opened up in Canada for distributorship, already she had people in her organization, and those people now, know people in Australia, New Zealand, and all over the world. So you just don't know where your business is going to take you. So we pay really well. And one of those is an elite bonus pool. I want to talk about that elite bonus pool. It's in the bottom right corner. And when you hit the elite ranks, we have levels 1 through 10. With Pro 7 is the beginner of our elite level. And it's really, it's unbelievable. It's over 100,000 of organizational volume points, almost dollar for dollar, but not quite. And so what happens is everyone in LifeVantage becomes in your organization. So we have a beautiful culture to help people. It's not competition. We want to help people in all groups. So you're going to they take 4% of the global commissionable sales and they put it in a pool and they divide it among the elites. Pro 10s get all 4 shares. Pro 9s get 3 of the 4. Elite Pro 8s get 2 of the 4, and Elite Pro 7s get the 1 share. This is a significant share. We also pay, I won't get into the generational matching bonus, but that's quite significant too. As you build a team, you are getting part of like 10%. For instance, I enrolled Sveta. I get 10% of her monthly residual income and 4 more levels deep at 5%. We can talk to you a little bit more about it, but that's really extraordinary. This business model is amazing because we are the marketing of the company. They're not paying big box shelves and advertisements because we are the people who are passionate to share what we have our hands on. So getting into the pay, we are publicly traded on the NASDAQ. So our earnings income disclosure statement is on our website. And a Pro 3, we call this, we try to get our new distributors to Pro 3 that's over 5,000 organizational points coming through your business every single month. It's an average of $626 US dollars a month. Now just think of what that would do for a family right now. Our Pro 3s, we can get people to Pro 3 within 30 to 90 days if they follow our system. It's really extraordinary. And then you have an elite Pro or a Premier Pro 5 that's over 20,000 organizational points. And that takes a little bit longer, but not too much longer. I remember being a Pro 5, I think I might have hit that in a year. And that is over $3,000 a month. This is leveraged income. This is income that earns you while you're sleeping because our products are consumable. People need to take them daily and they order. And our reorder rate is significant. It is very high. Elite Pro 7, which is what Dr. Silverman is, who works full-time at a hospital during the day and has fit this in the nooks and crannies of her life. That's over 100,000 organizational volume points coming through her business monthly with over a $13,000 paycheck. I'm an Elite Pro 8, so you can see there what that's over 200,000 organizational volume points. It's pretty crazy. If anybody would have told me that this is where my life would be in 8 years, I would not have believed you. I was on the hamster wheel of life like many people in this world. And I had a small PR and marketing company that I was doing from home in addition to teaching yoga. And of course, yoga I do because I love it so much. It doesn't really pay a lot, but I don't do it for the money. But, you know, I did need to earn income to help the family and to help support our family. But when I grew up in a household of 5 kids, the youngest of 5, and my parents argued quite a bit in Kentucky of what we didn't have. My dad grew up in the Depression era, and he actually grew up in the coal mines of Kentucky. So he had that mentality. And so when you learn about abundance or lack of as a child, and so I've had to break through some of that. Even as an adult, I've always had great work ethic, but I've always felt like, gosh, are we going to have enough? Are we going to have enough for when our kids were older parents, you know, to help them along the path in their life, to help set them up for a good life and just other things. So this business has been able to help me become a better person, become a leader, to inspire other people, to grow myself, to get healthier, and to earn income that I will be leaving a legacy for my children and helping other people, because you're only successful in this business model as the people you help. Very different when I worked in television news, I will have to say, where it's very competitive. So most people say, well, can I do this? Well, I'll tell you what, I said to Carrie Williams, my yoga student, I know I'm going to do this. How am I going to do this? She said, are you coachable and are you teachable? And I said, yes, I am. So this is what you have to do. If you have a burning desire to change your life, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, or you're just passionate about wanting to help people, or maybe you just want to have your products paid for, we have mentorship available all the time, 24/7. We help people who see the opportunity. They fit it in the nooks and crannies of their life. Most people have full-time jobs. This is a way of expanding their financial portfolio so that we're not in a situation where it's insecurity and social insecurity. Right? Look at what's happening in the world today. And it's a very scary thing. But I can tell you my business has grown in the midst of all of this. And I thank God for that every single day, because I'm able to continue to inspire and help people and help them get healthier. So we help you launch. We help teach you. They learn. And then we help lead you. We teach you how to lead. I never thought of myself as a leader. I've always been someone who's been told what to do and to build other people's dreams until this amazing company came my way. So we help keep you motivated. If you need more information, please, by all means, get back to the person that invited you to this and tell them what you need. If you're ready to become a customer today, then please be a customer today. We're ready to help you get started on the path for good health. And if you're ready to get started in this business and build what can be a multi-million-dollar opportunity, great. 3 to 5 years will happen with or without this opportunity in your lifetime. Think about this. 3 to 5 years will happen with or without an opportunity. What are you doing today to change your life if you're sick and tired of where you are right now? Have the last 3 to 5 years looked the same as right now? And what are the next 3 to 5 years going to look like? Here's an opportunity to change everything, not only at a DNA level, but also oxidative stress out of the bank account. So I just want to thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight. Dr. Silverman, thank you so much for being my friend, being my business partner. It's so much fun to do this business with people that you love and that are life-minded and like-minded. And that's what we have here. We have a beautiful culture. We give back. We have a legacy program with multiple charities all over the world, including building homes for families in Mexico. My family's been able to go down there for 2 years in a row, and it's just been extraordinary to be able to build homes for people who are living in cardboard boxes and providing meals for over 250 families. I mean, this is an amazing company on so many levels. So please get back to the person that invited you and get your questions answered. I just want to thank you all so much for being a part of this tonight. Okay. All right. So I have to stop the recording and I don't see where, so I'm going to just end everything. And I really appreciate you guys for being on. So there we are. Stop recording.